Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Boys in the Baltic Star. First and foremost, let us celebrate a holiday that on this channel we believe firmly in. Happy Bastille Day to you all. I'm a strong believer in Bastille Day. It's my favourite national holiday of the year, in fact. I'll raise a glass, a Bast's mug, in fact, to the celebration. Thank you for joining us this evening, this Friday. On the Baltic Star. It's Friday. If my counting is correct, there's 1, 2, 3 of us, the OG, which means that I think we're going to play Traveller this evening. It is what we do. It is what we do. It is what we do. It's what we're here for, and we are happy to do it. It's our love and joy in life. It brings happiness on those Wednesdays and Thursdays as we're getting a little bit tired and the week's going on, and we know we can cling onto this with our fingernails. But tonight is Traveller. If it is your first time, you're very welcome. If it is your 24th month, or whatever it is, Sock Fiddler, you're very welcome. One and all. Exactly. A nice round of applause for Socks. Thank you for being here. We're going to run, I don't know, a couple of hours, 2 and a bit hours. Who knows how we're going. We're all grown ups, aren't we? But we're also very tired. And we'll see where it goes. Ewan probably has to go to 40 different dance recitals tomorrow, as is his wont.
No, I've got a bit more of an easy one.
Good. I'm glad. Phew, I'm glad. Last week seemed quite stressful in a way. Lovely, but stressful.
Long. It was a long weekend. And it went by very quickly, obviously, because they do.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad that you've got a more relaxing day tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes this evening. Dear viewers, you may join us for as long or as short as you want. Drop in for a couple of minutes if you wish, or stay with us for the whole thing if you so want. At some point in the middle, probably a bit late in the middle because we're not very good at taking a half-time break. But Ben will break and we will come back after a drink and a comfort break, a costume change. And we'll have a toast, so make sure you've got some drink available for that, and then we'll carry on with the second half. You are very welcome to chat or lurk. We love our chatters. Socks is in his house, so things are going to be good tonight anyway. While she's around, she brings the love and the joy. Good try for the whole thing. Now that's what we're talking about. We're not going to hold you to it because I know that you get tired and the bed is calling. But thank you so much, Socks. Having you here, I think, adds an extra layer to our energy. I feel. Small Ed, how are you doing? Oh, the Revolution episode. Wow. Very good choice. I wasn't in that one, though, but I'm in this one, so this one's immediately better. But you're welcome. Hang up for as long as you want before you just go and watch Revolution. Behave. How dare you? Ben, can I delete you? I'm going to move Ewan off the screen. He's upset me now. Ewan can go over there for a bit. Already. Ewan's over there for a bit now. But anyway, yeah, you can come back when you've had to think about what you're doing. So, yeah, I know, Socks, I try. That red sun. Click that red sun. Spend some points if you wish. We try and mix things up. Have a little look. Anything that's pinkish, that's sort of reddy pink, will play music when you click on it. That's always fun. There's some things that will interact with the game. So maybe name an NPC and your choice becomes canon forever and ever and ever. You can give someone a boon. You can make someone tell a bit of their backstory. You can make someone hit someone over the head. That's clonk. That has to happen at some point. That will affect the game. You can make Stefan pickpocket something. That has had massive effects in the game. So have a look what you want. Or you can take it all the way down to 1 credit, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. That's if you agree to something, you can drink to that. And it's a little toast. Enjoy yourself in a little toast. I've moved you in a bit too. He's encroaching on my screen. I'm very upset. Let's move it where he's not encroaching in me. That's better. Don't give him more space than he deserves. So that's all that nonsense out of the way. Let's introduce each of us and then hand us over to the most important man on the stream, who's at the very top. We are on Discord, Snail. Socks is the woman to ask. She is very good at this sort of thing. You see? See? Told you. Please come and join us. It's a chill. It's not the busiest, but it's very welcoming and very loving, and hopefully you can feel very comfortable in the Discord. We just love having people around, to be honest, and we support everyone's personal projects, thoughts and dreams and hopes and fears. So come and hang out with us when you're free. So anyway, my name's Luke. I'm in the bottom right-hand corner. Hello. I'm here. Tonight I will be drinking. I haven't opened it yet. One of my favourite wines, only because I always save my best till last. It's a Chilean Carmenere. It's Carmenere. It's very nice. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm playing Kara and Soraya. Kara is an artist, a carouser, a trader, and a hacker lady. Currently doing her best flying around on very fast racing boats. And I'm also playing Soraya, who's a jack of all trades, engineer, drinker of mimosas. The guns are out, bear with me. I've got sleeves tonight, which is wrong for this number. Oh, sorry, my elbows hurt. I've been playing cricket and badminton. I try and get the guns out, but I'm also quite old now, so it's a balance between the guns being out and my elbow hurting. But anyway, that's who I play. I play two women that are both amazing, and they are part of a crew with two men played by this person above me. Not Greyhill. Hang on, there. This person above me, and this guy. Let me tell you about this guy. Okay, if you've not watched the stream before, you need to know this. He is my brother from another mother. He is the Floofmeister General. He and I won a pub quiz on Tuesday night by ourselves, pretty much, with 8 drinks credits. Thank you very much. We smashed the opposition. He was pretty good at the Cardassians question. He is the sweatiest man in Faversham. He is the magnificent Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you? How's the sweat?
There's a lot to unpack there, Luke. I'm going to be honest. I had the feeling when you started that it was going to be one of those evenings, and that you were on it. I feel I'm doing all right tonight. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I like how you avoided the. I mean, there weren't many questions that I got right in the quiz, but I like how you avoided the fact that I beat you on the maths one.
Well, there's a very good reason for that. When the music stops, I'll tell him. Well, that'd be fun. It was because
to be fair, it was like the biology of maths. It was like naming stuff in maths.
It was because it was too hard for me. I'm a maths teacher for the very low standards, not actual mathematicians. I teach me how to do adding. I'm very good at doing adding. But you bossed it, you, and it was a joy to win the quiz with you. And I feel like it
was a really fun night.
I hope we've earned a little bit of respect from Papa Quiz above us.
Yeah.
He is the Sultan of Quiz.
There was a look. I'm not sure if it was an approving one or not.
We'll see how it goes. I thought it smelt something funny. That's what I thought the look was. Tell us who you're playing, Ewan. I'm fascinated to know. It's been so many years and I still don't know properly.
Yeah, of course. Enough about quizzes, and I forget what the other things were. We'll ignore them. I play Agnar Arnson, who is a former military general, also floofy Varga Wolfman, quite aptly, who's into his military tactics, bit of biology, funnily enough, and some medic. I also play Stefan Miller, who is a sneaky space rogue. I also feel it's appropriate to say that I think we're all heavily into mimosas, to be fair.
I'm not. I can't drink champagne. I can't drink white wine or champagne. I'll get a migraine. But I live vicariously.
I mean, not personally, but yeah.
Phew.
All the pieces, at least.
Mimosas and cheesy balls.
Yeah. Bunch galore. Bunches galore.
Lots of brunches.
There's a one shot in that actually. I play
fish milk. Brunches galore. It's like an old
galore, yeah.
like an Ealing Studios one shot.
Yeah. There's a shipwreck
Alec Guinness
full
plays
of
about 6 of our characters.
full of smoked salmon and orange juice.
Ah, I'll put a black and white filter over the screen. It will look brilliant.
Yeah. I
Uh,
like it.
Anyway, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Ben hasn't said anything yet, so let's go to him. We need an NPC first. Bunches galore. He's a vintner. Ben, get him in. Did you get the two
I
from last
will.
week, by the way? Because Socks and Leno
Yes,
both
I
good.
think so.
Good.
I got one at least.
The other one was just the first 2 letters switched over. So if one makes sense, that was Socks's, and Leno's was
That's
just
not surprising.
Leno's was just the first two.
I've got Socks's one from
That's
last
okay,
week.
Snail. You enjoy your dive out. Come back if you wish afterwards. But thank you for popping in. We always appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so he is actually before that. Let's look to the top right-hand corner of your screen, everyone. Look at this handsome man. He looks wise and swarthy at the same time. And you know why we look up to him, and I always put him at the top, above both of us. It's because he is the smartest man in any room. He lives his entire life, as you can see in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, except for those evenings where he sneaks out at night to Sock Fiddler's house, breaks in through her window, and leaves his chocolatey deposits in her drawers.
And all because the lady loves milk tray.
He is the irrepressible, the incandescent, the magnificent Ben. Good evening, Ben. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. Yes, looking forward to tonight, of course. I always do to our games, and Traveller has a special place in my heart.
And you've given it a special place in our heart. It was Ben that introduced us to it, wasn't it, Ewan? He brought the love of the game to us.
Indeed. It wouldn't be Traveller without Ben.
Uh,
In my opinion.
You tell Mark Miller that.
Yes, there probably are other people who may have a bigger claim to being influential.
To be honest, Ben's only about a 5% traveller. He spends the rest of the time listening to us two natter on stupidly in the stream. So
Yeah, that's true. Ben brings the actual Traveller to the game.
This is not what you'd call a stream for the rules lawyer, is it?
No.
I tell what, you know what he does do really well. He does
Just ask Timothy.
He does introductions really well, doesn't he, Ewan? He's really good at introductions.
He is indeed.
Do you fancy listening to one?
That feels like a segue.
Should we listen to a really
Yeah,
nice
yeah, shall we?
Yeah. I'm gonna get
Shall we?
comfortable. I'm gonna open my wine and I'm gonna get comfortable.
Okay. All right. So with that kind of build-up, obviously I now have to do an introduction. The ocean world of Giikur has been hosting the Baltic Star crew for a while. Their experiences, should they be called upon to fill out a guest satisfaction questionnaire, have varied a little, however. Stefan has visited a nightclub, stabbed someone in the neck, gone on the run, taken refuge in an automated hotel, escaped there to hide clinging to the side of a mountain, been collected by a rather inefficient mercenary, returned to the Baltic Star, and is now hiding in the hold. Soraya has visited a nightclub, been accused of aiding and abetting a stabbing, gone on the run, taken refuge in an automated hotel, turned herself into the authorities, been freed, and is now enjoying a nice time at a hotel. Agnar has visited a nightclub, saved the life of someone who was stabbed in the neck, watched some preliminaries for the upcoming Pelago race from the vantage point of a very fast and luxurious dirigible, observed some people boarding a submarine, celebrated his birthday, and congratulated some thespians on their stagecraft. Kara has visited a nightclub, been threatened by a man who subsequently got stabbed in the neck, done some vlogging, qualified to compete in a Pelago race team, spied on a man with a neck wound, watched some people set off into the ocean where they met a submarine, survived a murder attempt, and is now heading down to join the team for the upcoming race. And that is where we resume the story.
Oh, it sounds overwhelming to me. Can we play something easier?
Have you got that prepped, Ben?
We're never splitting up 4 ways ever again, Ewan. Can we make a note of this? I struggle enough when we go to pairs.
Well, I will say there has been one noticeable disadvantage of splitting up 4 ways, which is that I haven't been able to come up with a way for the 2 of you to face off against me to win the toasts back.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true. If we never reunite,
Ben always has to do the toast.
It's true.
Although, to be fair, we do like to, share it out as equally as we can when gambling is involved. Or the luck of the dice, I should say, is the defining factor.
So, who do we want to start with, do you reckon? I mean, there probably isn't much for Stefan to do right at the moment. He's basically eating toasted fish finger sandwiches, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much hiding away for a little bit.
He's living the dream, quite frankly.
I couldn't agree more. Maybe one of the others. Agnar had headed to bed, and I don't think we've done his morning routine yet, but then his morning routine probably didn't start quite as early as Kara's.
And it takes a lot longer.
Is that a first?
Kara's not happy about it.
That
she wasn't
might
happy
be.
to get dragged out.
Well, no, normally Agnar's the first one up, and Kara is somewhere after that. I don't want to say last, but
I did make a note.
Somewhere around there.
It is canon. Kara up first. It was quite an important note. I actually made a note of it. Kara.
Yeah.
Not literally first, however, because as it turns out, Kat had already set off down.
Yeah, that is true. She has responsibilities.
Well, she's heading straight for a simulator at the moment, so
Exactly.
So yes, it could be Kara, unless let's ask the obvious question: is there something that Soraya wants to do getting up early?
Yes. Soraya's going to wake up to her beautiful morning alarm, an alarm she's woken up to for the past 20 years. She wakes up, she stretches her arms, she gives a little yawn, flutters her eyelashes, realises that she's in a comfortable bed in a very lovely, salubrious hotel, rather than in a prison cell. Considers all the happiness in her life. Throws on a dressing gown, makes herself a hot drink in the little kitchenette in the hotel room, and wanders over to out in the hallway towards Agnar's room and bangs on the door incredibly loudly. Hang on, I'm gonna properly roleplay. Hang on.
Oh, you're not actually gonna knock?
Hang on. That's what I'm gonna do. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, what time is it? Agnar rolls over.
Agnar, come on. You never go to bed late. Agnar.
Yes.
It's your birthday, isn't it?
Oh.
Agnar.
He'll get up and go and open the door in his PJs, dressing gown. Slip that on quickly first. What are you doing up so early?
Man, you have aged so much. All right.
Don't.
What's up with you? Your eyes are red.
Oh.
Man. What have you been up to?
It was a bit of a late one. I caught a show last night. Would you believe it?
But like
Mm.
cabaret, theatre, a
Uh,
musical.
yeah, kind of like a cabaret, I suppose. There were people eating and drinking. You know the place.
Oh, the hive of scum and villainy.
I forget that. Oh, I can't even think of the name. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, you're insatiable. I saw it in your
Saw it.
eyes.
It wasn't even a fight. It was good though.
You love to slum it, don't you? For such a posho, you do love to slum it from time to time. Look, come on. I've organised something for you this morning. Come on, come on, come on. It's your birthday.
Can I put some clothes on first?
Uh, I'd uh, uh, yeah. You've got 30
No,
seconds. Come on,
let
quick.
me grab my key. It's my birthday. I've got a dressing gown. It's
Yeah,
fine. He'll grab his key and his device and slip him into a pocket on his dressing gown. Follow. Where are we going? What are
oh,
we
we got.
doing?
We're going down. Reception Tim. We're going down to talk to reception Tim. Come on, quick. Come on.
Soraya's not here. She's normally. Okay, fine.
I am Soraya. Come on, quickly.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You're so tired. Come on.
I think I might still be drunk. Come on, let's go. Okay.
Come on. And Soraya will grab onto his silken. I'm guessing it's a very silken sleeve. A silken sleeve, and drags him down to the lifts, down to the main entrance, if that's okay, Ben. To the entrance hall.
Okay. So you're obviously familiar with the layout very well. When you get to the bottom, are you heading towards the sort of lobby space? Because remember, you're on the lake side.
Yeah, we're definitely
So
going
you
towards the
can.
lobby.
Okay. So you walk towards the main entrance lobby, a little bit over that little bridge that runs on the over the edge of the lake, and then over the green grassy bit that leads you into the back door of the lobby. And there's a sort of bar on each side, breakfast room, big open space for people to throw their luggage in a heap while it's being carried to rooms, and the usual kind of thing you find in a hotel lobby.
She points to a sort of a chair in the lobby. Says, Agnar, sit down there. You may close your eyes. You may not move. I'll be back in a second. Come on, sit down. Keep your legs together, though. This rope's not as long as you think it is.
I've got my Soraya. I've got my pajama bottoms on underneath.
They're very tight. Have you been working out?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Thanks. Thanks for noticing.
It's very noticeable. Hey, I'll be back in a second. Go on, you relax. It's your birthday.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself. Not too much.
That's-
Sarai will rush her into the bar area. That's okay, Agnar, and look around for any early morning bar Tim.
There are a couple. They're in the process of sort of setting up for the breakfast rush, which hasn't really happened yet, and so they're sort of bustling around, setting out rows of glasses and cutlery and things like that, preparing for the breakfast run. But it's not hard to catch the eye of one.
Fantastic. Excuse me, sir. Can I have a moment of your time, please?
My pleasure. How can I help?
My name is Soraya. Your name is Tim.
Tim. Yes.
Tim.
How did you know that?
A lucky guess, Tim. You look like a Tim. It's the uniform. It's a very Timish
Oh,
uniform.
right. Yes.
You look resplendent in it, even at this early time. I was wondering, do you have any beer mats at all, please, that I could partake of? Just a wad full. I'll bring them back shortly. I just need them briefly, if that's okay. I'll pay for them if need be.
You don't need to pay for beer mats. One moment.
Thank you.
And he just bends down behind the bar and comes out with a handful. Says, "Will that be sufficient?"
Can I have another 2 handfuls, please, Tim?
Additional handfuls, of course.
As many handfuls as you're willing to spare. Oh, we haven't had a good time for a while.
He comes up with a fairly substantial stack. If you were to pile them on top of each other, it would probably be the best part of a foot now.
Oh, this is good, Tim. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. I will. I'll put in a good word for you with your manager. I'll say Tim has done me a solid.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope breakfast goes well. Now, bear with me. And Sarah will like grab them all in her arms as there's a few dropping off around as she scurries through back to the lobby. Agnar, open your eyes. Agnar, don't you drift off. I saw you.
They were open.
Come on.
You said I could close my eyes, right?
I've changed my mind. Come on.
Anyway,
She grabs at his arm with more beer mats falling around, sort of leaving a bit of a trail of scattered beer mats. Come on, we're going to see Tim. This is very important. Very important.
the same. Which Tim?
The Tim, clearly. Look.
He stands up and he starts walking in the general direction.
Come on, we're going to lobby Tim, my favourite Tim.
Uh,
Coronet lobby Tim is peak Tim. Come on.
He doesn't know what half of those words mean, but he follows. Because he's so old.
So old. Come on, old man. Can you keep up? How are the knees doing?
Actually, they feel alright this morning. I think the weather on Giikur, helps. It's not too cold. It's not too, humid. My joints feel pretty good.
Your forearms feel pretty good. Come on, let's go there. Let's go find Tim. And Sarah drags Agnar to the main desk of the lobby, please. Then.
Okay. There is a person serving behind the front desk. It's clearly been a quiet morning at this point. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of through traffic. And she looks up with an enthusiastic smile. You might even be the very first customer she's actually had to deal with today.
A lady, Tim.
Good morning.
Hey, Tim. Tim, is it Tim?
It's pronounced Tim, yes.
Tim. How are you this morning?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Did you know it's my friend here? It's his birthday. He's very, very old. He's 43, which is very old. Not like 40. 42 is very young. 43 is very old, and he's now 43. It's his birthday today.
43 isn't very old, though. To be fair, I don't know how many that is in Varga years.
Oh wow, Varga years are at least eight human years. He's been around the block, but there's a special tradition we like to carry out in our crew, which we'd love you to be part of, if that's okay. There needs to be part of the birthday tradition involves someone who's not part of the crew to partake in. Is that something that you'd be willing to do?
Oh, I don't see why not.
How is your agility?
I would say probably roughly equivalent to the two of yours.
Good. That's what I like to hear. This is perfect. You've judged us very well. I've got all these beer mats. Look at them. And she just picks them up and dumps them in a big, messy mountain on the desk with half of them falling off either side. I've got these beer mats. This is an ancient Varga tradition where each of us are going to pile up 50 beer mats, flip them off the table, and try and catch as many as we can in one hand. The winner gets the spoils, the loser has to make a toast to the birthday boy, or the birthday boy has to make a toast to the others.
Agnar leans into Soraya and just says, "My ancestors hate you." But goes along with it. For Tim.
Your ancestors hate the people that shoved them in their cage over there. She points in a vague direction of Earthlark.
Okay.
Team, would you be willing to partake in this ancient Varga custom?
Well, of course, the ancient Varga beer mat custom.
Exactly. Perfect. What we're going to do, dear team, is we're going to start with a lower number of beer mats, then a medium number, then a higher number of beer mats. If that's okay with you. We're going to start with just 10 beer mats. If that's okay with you. It's easy. 10 beer mats. Any child, Varga children used to train with 10 beer mats.
You and I have very different experiences of beer mat flipping. Okay, 10 beer mats.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to roll 2d6.
Right.
Add your dexterity modifier, or take it away. And if you hit 10 or more, you catch all of them. Any less is how many you get. We're going to play it over 3 rounds, and whoever gets the highest over 3 rounds wins. The lowest over 3 rounds will have to make the toast.
Okay, highest wins.
Yes. So roll 2d6, add your dexterity bonus. 10 or more, you catch all of them.
And your dexterity, athletics dexterity.
No, just dex.
It feels like a good fit for this, Luke.
No, look, when it gets to the most, it'll be strength. All right. 40 beer mats is very heavy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. Let's
Ready for this?
10 each, and Sarai lines up 10 beer mats each. Come on, here we go.
Should have warmed them up. Oh, that's good though.
How many did you get, Agnar? 10.
That's an 11.
So
An 11 plus 2.
So all 10 beer mats for you. Well done, you. Tim, how did you do?
5 plus 1, 6.
Same with me, Tim. It's okay though. It's okay. Varga have bigger hands than us. We'll get them.
That is true.
We'll get them back as the weight gets heavier. Agnar struggles with the heavier amounts of beer mats. Let's go again with 18 beer mats. Let's roll 3 dice this time and add your bonus.
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
18 or more gets all of them.
Ooh. Nope.
What was that this time, Agnar? 10?
So 10 plus 2 is 12 total.
Oh, it's more than me. I only got 10. Agnar, your hands are so big. Paws, sorry. Why the large paws?
Why the big paws?
What big teeth you have, yes.
Tim, how are you looking?
That was 12 plus 1, 13.
Tim, you're doing too well. I'll tell you what. Let's go one more, and we'll add them all together, okay? Let's go for 24 beer mats.
Okay.
At the moment, Agnar's doing a bit too well, but I think he's going to get hoisted by his own petard soon. The two of us are going to storm in and take over.
Okay.
24.
Is that a human term? I don't understand what I'm being hoisted for.
You would say, I don't know, I don't know. Hoisted by your own tail. I don't know. Come on.
Ah,
Here we
all
go.
too familiar.
Gutted by your own claws.
Gutted by your own. Oh, I like it. Oh,
3
no.
again.
No, 4 this time. We're going 24 this
4.
time. Yeah. Lots of beer mats flying everywhere.
Right. It's 15 plus 2 is 17.
That's big. That's big numbers.
17 plus 1 is 18.
Oh, I got 17 as well, which is not too bad. But I will add them all up. Agnar, he does have the advantage, the unfair advantage, of course. Agnar total 39 beer. Is that your personal best, Agnar? Does it do your ancestors well? 39.
It's not my personal best, but in a non-traditional game, I believe that's my personal best.
Tim, you got 37. Is that your personal best at this traditional Varga game?
Given it is my very first time playing, anything would have been my personal best, yes.
Congratulations.
Well done, Tim. You sadly you did better than I. For I am out of practice. It appears I only scored 33 beer mats, but it's because I was giving positive vibes to my Varga friend on his birthday. I didn't want him to lose.
Oh, of course not. Not on his birthday.
Tim, do you have a mug of tea or something behind the counter that you could toast with?
Oh, I certainly have a mug, yes.
Fantastic. Well, could we all raise a glass or a mug to our dearest Varga friend on his 43rd birthday? Happy birthday to the floofiest, most wonderful man anyone could ever know. Happy birthday, Agnar Arnson.
Happy birthday, Agnar.
And it's up to you, Ben, whether after tonight you would like to move the toast on that result.
Obviously, I will do the toast for this evening.
Of course, yes.
And then I think we've got a couple of weeks off from Traveller, haven't we?
Yeah, so we can roll back after that, if you wish.
That is true.
Yeah. So we can reset for the next time we play.
Perfect. And we got to toast Agnar as well. I hope you toasted in chat.
Absolutely.
And then Agnar, Sarai just turns to Agnar, standing there saying, I'm tired now, I'm going back to bed. See you later. And just wanders off back to bed.
That's the whole mission.
That's it.
He's standing for a little bit in his robe still, looking around, and turns to the Tim and says, "It's the grip on the Varga hands. Phil." And holds out a hand.
Agnar does. Olivia sharp at 10:30.
And he's very much the when he's up kind of person. Varga. He'll head towards the bar, I suppose, in search of breakfast. He's not going to bother going back to get dressed because it's his birthday. So why shouldn't he have breakfast in his pajamas?
Okay. All right. So the bar that you just visited, you know there's a Tim in residence, and that Tim is in a position to offer you a breakfast of your choice.
Good day. I would very much like. And he thinks back to maybe not the last time they were here, maybe the last time they were here, when Kara pretended it was his birthday and had a fruit platter sent up to the room. And he'll just go for something light, I suppose, like a croissant and some fruit, like a fruit salad or something.
Okay. Yes, easy enough. And the kitchen is up and running. They can prepare you something a bit more bloody and formally mobile, if you prefer.
Well, now that you mention it, say to Tim, it is my.
Yes, of course, sir.
Just raw will be wonderful.
Ooh.
Maybe show it, blue, flash it on the grill, but nothing.
Of course, sir. I know exactly how our Varga friends enjoy their steak.
He immediately
And
goes on to the equivalent of TripAdvisor or whatever to give it a nice 5-star
well,
Varga review.
he bustles off, and as it turns out, it doesn't take all that long to prepare a raw steak. So
The fruit takes longer.
yes, chopping up the fruit takes longer. So he returns very shortly afterwards with a fairly thick slice of steak, which is completely raw, and has been sprayed with something like an olive oil or something like that just over the top of it, which he proceeds to ignite at the table. So it doesn't really cook at all. It just has that very slight aroma of burnt meat on the surface of it and a slight discoloration.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful, Tim. Thank you. Thank you very much. You've made my birthday. It's very kind of you.
Oh, happy birthday, sir.
And he'll blow on the steak as the oil is still burning like a candle, and then tuck in.
Fantastic. Okay, you enjoy it. It's lovely. It will also cost you 20 credits, I'm afraid.
Oh, but yes, of course. I will mark that down. And take. Sorry, it's not much. Take 6. Take 6 for yourself.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Very generous.
Rounding your zero, so. Oh, for goodness sake. Stupid drops. Oh, that's a big drop. If anyone's watching, I might have to reset. That was a big drop, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you perfectly.
Yep.
We don't appear to have dropped the stream completely. My TV one normally drops out if that happens.
Perfect. If that's the case, that's fine. If people can still kind of hear us, that's all right. Socks, let us know if it gets unbearable, and I'll attempt some sort of reset. Okay. I know you're good for it, so if it gets like unlistenable, I'll fiddle. It's very warm here. The internet's going funky, so let me know. Big drop that time, yeah. Okay. Bear with me a second then. Right, I'm going to do a back but fuzzy. Can hear and see. Okay, that's okay. As long as you can see and hear us.
Cool.
Sorry, carry on. Sorry, everyone.
Yes, I think it must be dropping to roll 20 rather than to Twitch, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Twitch is sort of going okay. I think I'm having more problems seeing you on Roll20 than on stream, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
Yeah, I know. It keeps making me quiet, mate. We always have to put me up loud.
Better that way around than the other, though, to be fair.
Go. Visuals are frozen. That's even better.
Go. Excellent.
Go. Quick.
Go.
Quick, get in story while we can.
Go, gadget traveler.
I'm going to keep turning myself up.
So, in essence, Agnar's going to settle down for a steak with a side of steak, and Soraya is apparently heading back up to have a bit of a lie-in, which is an unusual order in which to do things, but what can I say? That's the way she's doing it. So it's perhaps worth turning our attention to Kara.
Can sorry, just very briefly, as Agnar's eating breakfast, can you make a phone call, please, to Kara?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. You shall do so.
Okay.
Ring, 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 ring. That's my equivalent of the Luke
Sure.
knocking.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Kara, who is busy at this time, she's gone down to team headquarters at this point. She's sort of involved in the hustle and bustle. Maybe she's stowed some stuff. She's been doing a bit of low-key vlogging and such like. And she looks down at her phone, sees it's Agnar, considers hanging up, then considers letting it ring out, but she does eventually answer, as it's his birthday. Hello?
Hey, Carl. Thanks. Sorry, I know you're probably really.
I'm saying it's a bad line, Agnar. I can't hear you properly. Say that again.
I just had a thought.
Okay. Did it hurt?
How are you? No, it was all right actually. I think the old age is becoming of my brain, or for my brain. Anyway.
Yes.
I had a bit of trouble sleeping last night. You haven't got anything. I know you carry around some sort of utility stuff and some interesting things. You haven't got anything that could knock me out for a few hours, have you?
Let me have a look. Let me rifle through my little illegal satchel. At the moment, I just have truth serum. I'd be very fascinated in using that on you, but I don't think it'd hurt you sleep
No.
better.
No,
are you sure?
no.
We can try it later tonight. If you want.
I've had extensive training on how to resist such things.
What, by just saying no when someone offers you something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, stop it at the source. I've got the starlight drops for your eyes. That won't help you either.
That's the opposite of what I want.
Or you can fire off an EMP. I've got some of them. Is that useful?
Probably not.
That might be it then, unless you want a grenade.
The kind of sleep I was looking for is less permanent than that.
I could sing you a lullaby.
No, it's all right. I think I'll be okay. I'll just find a pharmacist maybe before tonight. But thanks.
Are you okay? You need to be on form, Magna. I want to know that it's big. It's a big day for us, isn't it? We're getting to this island and stuff, and I want to know. I still have no idea how we're going to get off this island, and I was hoping you might have come up with something for that. Like,
no,
the Navy aren't responding to nothing, are they? Framus hasn't responded. I was hoping she'd get us off.
I'm sure they'll respond when they find out you're on the island.
That's not the way I wanted to go about things, to be honest. 40
no,
heavily armed Marines dropping on me.
It seems a bad choice. We don't want to escalate things too far.
Exactly.
I've got. I was going to say a couple of ideas, but that was just reflex. I've got an idea, I think.
Yeah? What are you thinking?
Well, Sharp's got us tickets, obviously, for the race. We're on a dirigible.
Oh,
You must have seen it up in the sky.
Yes. You're in the that's it, the bougie balloon.
Is that what they're calling it?
That's what they're calling it on the socials. There's a lot of people. God, you don't want to look. There's a lot of people that have a lot of negative things to say about the bougie balloon. Apparently, the proletariat are looking at bringing it down with spears and fire.
Well, I hear it is the day for it.
It is. It's perfect. They want to free all the workers from it that are stuck up there.
I mean, they were all very pleasant and seemed very happily employed, if I'm honest. But anyway, that's not the point. I thought maybe, I don't know, it felt like a really good way to drop in or close by and take off again. I haven't really thought it through. It's just, it's the start of a plan.
Your bougie balloon, right? It follows the race, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So like when she sort of lowers her voice, sort of looks around a bit to make sure no one's paying attention. So like when we drop out the back of our ship and make that swim for shore and have a look around, I don't know what, we ain't gonna have much time. We've got to be in and out, look at these carvings, get some photos, get Freya and Sammy check in, and then the Navy's going to be on us quick. But if you get that bougie balloon, it can be blown off course. It's supposed to be following the race anyway. I don't know. Can Sharp pull a few strings? She seems to be friends with important people.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she got tickets. I could talk to her. I think. Do you know what? I honestly thought. My first thought was obviously it would take a little while to get there. It depends how long you want on the island. But if one of you was in need of medical assistance and we were the closest thing.
Ooh.
I'm not saying that will be the case, but I could make an argument.
That is incredibly interesting. You are, of course, famous for saving the life of an important member of another team. I still have.
Certainly somebody who's made the headlines.
I haven't forgiven you for it. You should have stabbed him 3 times when he was lying there, quite frankly. But you did it, and it was a dark time in all our lives and a terrible choice. But maybe we can make this work for the better, as people respect you as a floofy Hippocratic Oath idiot.
I mean, I'm no put it like that. I'm no schmuck. I don't like to, blow my own Varga trumpet, but
please don't.
I'm not too far off being a very well-renowned. They are. It's worse than the opera, but I quite like the opera. I'm very close to being, a very well-renowned medic.
If you do say so yourself.
If I'm to be, if I do say so myself.
It's easy for you to say.
Anyway, there's it's the start of a plan. I feel
it is.
I wouldn't rely on it.
Can you get your bougie
I'd still have some
close?
excuses lined up.
I don't think, because you're not allowed over there, are you? So you've got to be. Can you get within the rockery?
From what I remember, I'm pretty sure Sharp said that we're allowed closer now than we would be outside of race time. But yeah. And again, it depends how much you need, how much time you need. If it's that much of a medical emergency, I'm not sure. There's a balance between how much time you want to spend on the island and how desperate the medical emergency is that I could convince people that they need to get there, I suppose. Does that make sense?
No, I don't know. Like, Kara's looked at the stats and everything, Ben, hasn't she? She's looked at all that. She's pored over the stuff. So though she might not know what's underground, what size is the island?
As in the island you're on?
Harrenhal.
It's approximately a kilometre or so across its narrowest angle. Across its widest, it's about 3 kilometres.
Okay. I don't know, like, it depends how, about an hour maybe. Like, we'll have to take a chance. We can do if it's 3 kilometres at widest. you can, we can trek that in half hour, which gives us half an hour to root around for some bits and pieces, some carvings. We can't string it out that much longer, can we? Because the Navy will come in at some point.
Yeah,
But
that is true.
you'd imagine the race posse will follow the race, and if we jump out the back, I think it is kind of the policy that the Navy comes in. But if you can get big on the speakers and that you're trained and so on, they might let you. But we can't string it out for long, can't we? You know, we can't have like 6 hours or anything, can we? But maybe an hour.
No. He'll Agnar will have a quick look around and make sure nobody's, sitting too close or eavesdropping. And then he'll say, listen, if you can leave 2 of you on the beach, one injured party and somebody else, and I can get the dirigible to head to them, the rest could potentially head off in search of some kind of aid and then eventually make it back.
Do you mean by a bit of luck?
I could give you an easy. Yeah, well, I mean that also gives us a reason. I can't necessarily say it's an emergency if you're all strolling around the island, well and fit. They've got cameras, obviously. They pick up the race, so they'll be able to pick up you, I'd imagine.
So, I like it. So if 1 or 2,
but if 2 of you can hang out on the beach and one of them's injured,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
and the other 2
I can give you an ETA as to
heading
when we'll be
inland
there.
to find help. That's good. Yeah, let's try it. It sounds good, man. If you can sort of somehow gain power to be trusted for that'd be amazing. That would definitely feel better about us getting off that island, because that has been my concern. Getting on seems like it's doable, but getting off in the good time has always felt like the tricky thing.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you know if it's going to happen. I'll just send you an ETA of when we're going to arrive. If you haven't heard anything, you're not on your own, but you're on your own.
Okay. And happy birthday to you.
You got to find your own way off.
Oh.
Look, I will do everything I can, but there are. It relies on other people. It relies on my ability to lie, which isn't that good.
No, you're not a very good liar, are you?
Too honest.
Considering you were a military officer, I'm quite surprised. Anyway.
Well, when you reach a certain level, honesty is. You don't need to bother with lying, to be honest. Anyway, good luck. I hope you win the race.
Thank you very much. I hope
that's what we're going for, even though you might not be on the ship.
I hope we leave ISB in a good position when we bail. We've got some plans.
That's the one.
Kat has got a good plan to sort of, because we feel guilty. So Kat has come up with a good plan to make sure we leave them in as good a position as possible before we jump off and leave them, lighter weight, so they've got a chance. So yes, say a prayer for us, etc. And let's keep each other posted about when we're there, and make sure that the dirigible is nearby. And the monkey tails have turned up. And good evening to them. Thank you so much, monkey tails, for joining us this evening. Look at that.
It wouldn't be a plan without monkey tails.
The monkey tails have raided with a good posse. You had a good posse this evening. Hey, Poops.
Yeah.
Poops is in his house. Thank you for the subscription, Poops. What a pleasure to have you back subscribing again. I've got a little spreadsheet, and you go up every month. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you very much. I think we finally paid off our convention, which means next month we can just all go out for a Chinese or a curry, which we haven't done for a very long time. So thank you very much. Hello, Meow. Hope you're okay too. Thank you so much. Oh, were they Cthulhuing?
They were indeed.
Oh, they're very. That is a very good channel. They're very good at anything Cthulhu-y. So,
Cthulhic.
Cthulhic. Okay, easy for you to say.
I'm just making it up.
I trust you. Anyway, sorry, Ben. With that, the conversation is over.
Yeah.
Alright, hangs up.
Good luck.
No, me first. Go. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay. Now, Kara is obviously heading down in one of the public shuttles that take off from essentially the same bit of the peak that Agnar uses to get up to his dirigible, and that means you're landing on what's effectively the sort of southern end of that cove, which is where the public shuttle stops. Can you roll a quick, I think, a streetwise check for me, please, with intellect?
Who's rolling this, sorry?
Kara.
Oh, for goodness sake. You could have told me so I could have warmed my dice up, haven't you? Streetwise with intellect.
You mean warmed up your double six cheating dice
Yeah, I love my double
that don't
six.
need warming up?
I love my double six
Ever.
cheating dice. I'm going to start using these dice. They're in there just in case I need them one day. Just in case. I leave my other dice.
Yes.
I leave my other dice against them to rub up against them. Hang on a sec. I'm good. Intellect is good. What was the other one? Sorry.
Intellect plus streetwise. If you no, I can't be
It worked.
streetwise for this. Sorry.
It worked. It worked. It's a 14.
Oh, and you shall receive.
A 14. Okay.
Embarrassing at this point.
As you make your way sort of around the cove towards the various slipways for the teams, and in your case specifically the ISB team, of course, there are a few things you notice. One is that there seems to be a little hub of activity that you can just see as you cross in a line with the back of the warehouses to your left. In essence, the authorities seem to be investigating the perhaps surprising appearance of a dead body at the back of an empty warehouse. And there's a group standing around making notes, making calls, some in security officer uniforms, some dressed in plain clothes.
Is this
And you do
an
notice
individual that Kara recognises from trying to kill her earlier?
there is one in particular that Kara will not have met for very long, but will definitely recognise, because Brina Locke is among them.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What, the dead body? Or no, the security. You mean?
The security person, yeah.
Oh, no.
You can't actually see a dead body. You happen to know there was a dead body there.
Yeah. Oh. Luckily, Kara hasn't had too much dealing with Brina Locke. She'll sidle over. Excuse me, ma'am. This looks terrible. Is I was going to say, is everything all right? But clearly it isn't.
There seems to have been an incident here.
I hope that no kittens or young girls with ringlets were murdered in this situation.
Why would you think anyone had been murdered?
Because there's a load of security force here. You wouldn't be here if someone tripped over a pebble and choked on their sandwich.
Maybe it's a training exercise.
What? All of you on the morning of the Pelago racing? It feels like it was very late for a training exercise. Maybe you should have done it a few days before everyone descended into town.
Fair enough. So I don't suppose you saw anything, heard about anything?
I've been very busy. I don't know if you know. My name's Cara Alaska, and I've been part of Team ISB. We're doing very well. In fact, we're racing today, and I don't know if you follow my channel at all. If you don't, please do. All subscribers are good. If you subscribe for 6 months, you'll have a free baseball cap.
Believe me when I tell you, I have been monitoring your channel very closely.
Good. Are you very pro ISB now? Are you big up on the team? Good team, very good ships, very complicated rear ends.
I'm not an expert.
Nor am I. I just know what I like.
Complicated rear ends.
Rear ends. Oh no.
I would, if you do have a few moments, like to ask you just a couple of things.
Oh please. It's not like I've got anything else important happening today.
So, you were present at the Cascade the night that Mr. Fess was so seriously wounded.
I was. I'm really, really glad that my friend and colleague saved his life. I said to him, Agnar, you really need to save this man's life. He's a splendid man.
I understand. I'm sure. Yes, and you now race for the ISB team down on the Cove.
Yeah, I picked them because it's a really pretty colour.
Of course. Why else would one pick a racing team?
Yeah.
And here is, I suppose, my question. Because we don't have that much violent crime, believe it or not, on Giikur.
Wow. That's good. That's good. That's something that all planets should aspire to. We spent some time on Osin, and I tell you what, between that and Dilavru, it's been a pleasure to be back on Giikur.
I'm forced to wonder if Osin is in fact a completely peaceable place, but you remember it as violent because you were there.
We were there when a coup happened.
Yes, that may be so, but you also seem to have been present when an unfortunate chap ended up being eaten after a firefight at Earth Park.
Oh man, yeah, that was terrible. Well, he ran into the direwolves and across the direwolves enclosure. Why would anyone? That was a ridiculous thing to do. Would you not agree?
I feel he may have been motivated by something other than common sense at that point. Yes,
I can honestly tell you, I was not involved in anything to do with him being killed by direwolves in Earthpark.
I actually believe you, simply because that would be an astonishingly esoteric way to engineer someone's death.
Absolutely, and I am quite esoteric, but not esoteric.
However, since then, you've been an eyewitness to an attempted murder, and now someone has been murdered just a few tens of meters away from where you now spend most of your days.
There's a lot of people that spend most of their days within this distance. There's many teams in this lock, and there are many people looking to gain a victory, gain a lead, gain an edge. And I think there's definitely some teams that are trying everything they can to gain an edge. Not us. We're doing things the proper way.
Of course.
Proper way. Of course.
So we do have just another couple of questions, I suppose. Have you been in contact with Mr. Miller recently?
Oh, Stefan. I've not spoken to Stefan um, since the night of the Cascade, in fact.
You have no idea where he might be at the moment?
Honestly, I've got no idea. I've had no communications with him. And I see myself as quite au fait in such things, but it's all gone dead. His actions are his own right now. No idea. I've had to focus, of course, on the race. I wouldn't want to let my team down. Team ISB. I'm very much a corporate athlete nowadays. You see, I race for my team and their sponsors and the energy drinks the energy drinks that pay millions of pounds, millions of credits to advertise.
I'm sure selling out is the way to go.
It's what all artists do eventually. When we realise that art alone won't pay the bills.
Just one thing more, I suppose. Do you or any of your crew own a Gauss rifle?
Oh yeah, we got loads of Gauss rifles as a crew. They're all back on our ship, as you can see. And she sort of shows down to her sidearm, a laser pistol and that down by. Because we're allowed to carry those, aren't we? Of course, and we have them at all times. As you can see, we just carry around like sidearms around here. That's the law, of course. So any of our rifles would be back on the ship.
Of course. Yes, silly of me.
We can't have people running around on Giikur with Gauss rifles. It's very low crime, I've heard.
It's legal, in fact, to carry most personal weapons. You do occasionally see people using them, but it's unusual since there isn't a high-end hunting scene, and the simple reality of the situation is that most people don't feel the need to go heavily armed.
You've created a very nice vibe around here, especially on this island. None of us have felt the need to be armed, except, as we know what happened, the sad situation. But generally, we've had a very relaxing and lovely time. We spent many nights just drinking and gambling and chilling. We met a lovely umbrella salesman on our last journey here. We played a game involving a rag. It was highly enjoyable.
Well, it does sound lovely, like you've fully availed yourself of the cultural opportunities on the planet.
And it's thanks to security officers like you for keeping it safe and charming for visitors. Thank you very much. Your credit to your planet.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing?
Just one more thing.
Cheers, Pooch. Sleep well. Thank you so
much. And she shows a picture on her device of the face of the dead man, a man that you actually have seen before, of course. In fact, you saw him even before he was dead. Do you recognize this person?
What is he like? Is he like a TV celebrity or something?
Can you roll a deception with intellect, please?
Now we're talking. Yes, I can. Oh, see. 7 plus 2 is 9.
Okay. No, he isn't. He's a person of interest in the inquiry.
Okay. Has he done something bad?
He is not someone we're currently seeking.
Okay. What would you like if I see him? Would you like me to let you know?
In actual fact, if you see him, I would be very interested. Yes.
Fantastic. Then I shall definitely let you know. Is he okay? Like, is he a wrong un or a good un? Everything's so black and white these days.
We don't really make value judgments like that in the police service.
Wow. Okay. Well, okay, Gray then. If I see him, I'll let you know. You have a very trustworthy
Thank you very
face.
much. And good luck with the race.
Thank you very much. Could I record a little thing? Could you say "Go Team ISB"? It's, if I do a little recording, and before she can
I'm
even
not sure
respond,
that would be appropriate for.
before she even responds, Kara pulls out the thing and tries it. Kara Lasker here. I'm here with the security of Giikur. It's a beautiful planet. You're good with the security. Hey, how you feeling about the race? What do you feel about Team ISB, Miss Security Officer?
There's a sort of deer in the headlights moment from Brina Locke, and then she says, "I wish all competitors are happy and successful, and above all, safe race."
But especially Team ISB, right. Little nudge in the ribs, right. Yeah. I can see the smile. You know it. Hey, everyone. She knows what she has to say, but she's Team ISB all the way. Anyway, that's Kara Lasker out. Up the geeks. Up ISB. Let's race. And she logs off and then tries to scurry off as quickly as she can.
While you were doing this recording, were you trying to just frame Locke, or were you trying to frame anything in the background?
To be honest, I really wish I'd planned ahead, but mostly Locke. How dare you add extra intrigue to my post suggestion situations?
Okay. Then, in that case, if you remember, it was a few minutes ago, but you're truly awesome 14.
The
There
14.
are a few more things.
Ooh.
Your interaction with what you saw, it's clear that the body has already been removed. You didn't need to be able to see it to know that. You could literally see people walking through the gap where the body was, and they weren't stepping over anything, if you know what I mean. It also seems pretty clear that there is quite a lot of visible evidence of the fight. The flashbang grenade left a mark on the side of the building.
Yeah.
There is, if you know where to look, there is evidence of shots impacting various locations. Most notably opposite the corner where the guy was waiting for you. There is visible damage to a building opposite that. While it's entirely possible that the police have not reconstructed the events flawlessly, there is a fair amount of evidence. And you did notice an indication of maybe some discoloration on the outside of the building and on the floor, where maybe samples have been taken, evidence has been collected, that kind of thing. The other thing you would have noticed, which is something not intrinsically obvious to most people necessarily, because you might think it's just a camera mounting or something like that. But to you, it's pretty obvious that they had at roughly head height, mounted on a tripod, something similar to a small telescope. And it's pointed back along the line of what they think the shot would have been fired to.
Got you.
So they're trying to recreate the line of the shot. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Do they seem to have it in the right kind of direction? Knowing as I do.
You, without peering through it, you wouldn't be able to say exactly, but it looks reasonably accurate. Yes.
Cool. Miss Luck, one more thing, if that's okay.
Yes.
I'm sure it's not part of your responsibility. I'm sure there's coast guards and such like. But when we were racing yesterday, there was a strange. I don't know. There was something that shouldn't have been there. Something underwater or something. Like I don't know if a submarine or a. Like it felt like maybe a sandbank, but it's not. No, it wasn't where it was. I don't know if that's worth. I don't know if that means. I don't know if that's anything. But I don't know. I've never raced it before, but it feels like this race is probably something that's extremely tightly policed, carefully looked after, right? Because it's dangerous. These ships are going very fast.
Yes, that's undoubtedly true.
I'm sure it's not your thing, but it freaked me out at the time. I guess I don't know if you've got uh, brothers from other police mothers that could that is interesting too, but it might be nothing. Do you know what I mean? It just suddenly pinged out very quick. It's going fast. We weren't expecting it. I think it caused two of the teams to swerve or something. Might be worth checking the footage. Might be nothing, like I say, but I know you like to run a tight ship here. We've said, and I don't know. I don't want anyone to mess with the race today. I feel a little bit nervous about it. You know.
I mean, it obviously could be evidence of a crime. I don't really know what kind of crime it could be evidence of. It just feels like an odd occurrence. But I mean, if you have any reason to believe that a crime is actually being committed and can tell me what that crime might be, are you suggesting someone is trying to sabotage the race itself?
I don't know. It's a really important race, isn't it? A big one, and there's teams that spent a lot of money on it, and there appears to be. I know I've put it in my vlog, and I know my vlog is controversial, but it appears that certain teams have been doing certain things that are slightly sus, I guess. I'm just worried that things aren't as kosher as they could be. That's all. That's all. That's all.
Okay. I will endeavour to see if I can pull together any evidence, any recordings, any things from the teams themselves and their sensors. I don't really. You see, I'm in the unfortunate position where the person I would like to ask to look into such a thing, of course, is appears to currently be avoiding us, or at least not making himself known to us. And he is truthfully the sort of recognized expert.
Who is the recognised expert that you're?
Oh, you know him well. His name's Anton Fess.
Fess! She'll do that inside. She won't give it away.
Oh, and when you see Agnar again, I would speak to Agnar myself, but I feel he probably doesn't enjoy talking with me. He becomes quite tongue-tied and feels the need to incriminate himself over and over again for things he clearly didn't do.
Oh, he does that all the time. That's not just you. That's everyone.
I was going to say, it's not just her.
Okay.
He quite likes you. He feels quite comfortable around you.
So if you could let him know when you speak to him that I did see his video that you put out, and it was just Epic. Thank you so much for showing me that. I laughed very, very hard.
Good. I'm really good. He'll appreciate it. It's his birthday. If you've got his number, give him a call. Wish him happy birthday. He's 43, very old. 42, very young. 43, very old.
Clearly very old. Yes, 43. What must it be like?
Oh, it's impressive.
Anyway, good luck with the race.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your investigations. And I hope that we both come to a happy ending in that regard.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought, but in my experience, investigations don't require luck, just time and diligence.
Much like racing. Anyway, may peace be with you, and I shall. Hopefully, I won't see you again. No offence, but if I do, I hope it'll be on good terms.
Very well. Enjoy your day. And she turns back towards her little cadre of experts and officers. And as you decide what to do about that, if you want to contact anyone or head back to ISB, we will take our break.
Sounds perfect to me.
That's indeed. That was very good. I was on the edge of my seat. Nice little scene.
Ewan got quite stressed when I suggested things to him. His face did his... Oh, we didn't talk about this thing that his face does.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
that
you
I'm
do it.
unaware of? The main thing that I picked up on was flicking through my character sheets to see if either of mine had a Gauss rifle. It's like, no, I'm okay, I'm safe. I've never owned, and I never will own. On.
One's got a shotgun, one's got a sniper rifle and a flamethrower. You're pretty safe in that regard.
Yeah. It was more the what else have they got in there?
Yeah.
In their supply.
You're okay, you're safe. That's okay, Socks. Thank you. We appreciate it. Right, should we take a 5-minute break? Let's get back quick so that Socks can enjoy this toast before she falls asleep.
Yeah. Good
Excellent. Let's do that.
Cool. See you on the day.
So we will be back in 5 or 10, give or take.
Sarah, hang on. Wait, I've got to get the intro done. Oh, no, hang on. Let's find it. Okay.
Nick's got to press all the buttons.
There are many buttons now. It's a big thing.
Honestly, I'll show you something. We've got about 14 different streams running through this same thing. It's terrible.
Buttons.
They're all color coordinated.
Who's got the buttons?
It's terrible. I think that's the wrong thing. Hang on. Let's go to that. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Hang on. Okay, that's the right thing. Okay, let's do that. That's the right thing. The music's on, and we're going to mute out now. Okay, that's good. They're muted. I'm muted, and that's the same. Hello everyone. As we've started doing, I'm back in chat, not back in black, back in chat. And I thought I'd be here because stupidly I've decided not to have a wee, which means I'll be desperate in about 40 minutes. But things are going well, and I thought I'd just sit here and chat with you as always. During the break, it's our little thing we do. We like to do things differently, don't we? Look at these two adverts, and John Legitimate is gonna send us his as well. We like to advertise things that we really, really love for our Discord friends. If you are in our Discord, we will always advertise you. We will shout you out massively. Whatever Twitch says about parts of the screen or so on, it's up to us. We'll find ways to do it because we want all our friends to do better than we do, quite frankly, and we'll always do the best we can in our small way. So we're all about building ladders rather than shouting down at people or whatever, you know. And it's just so many good vibes. I like the mini break chats. Snell, good stuff. Better be a good intro though. People appreciate a good intro, Snell. If you don't give a good one, Socks will give you a big fake one about how he used to juggle tigers for a living while painting the Sistine Chapel. Socks has that sort of vibe about her. Socks is in stream soon. We're going to August for you, aren't we, Socks? Which one am I thinking? Socks plays Orbital Blues with us semi-regular basis. It's about every 5 or 6 weeks we play Orbital Blues. We love it, and Socks is one of those. She joins other streams as well. I'm hoping for a Cecil and Cecily soon as well, because I get to break up my Birmingham accent. And Sock Fiddler, she wanders around with a basket full of fish like a total fishwife, which I really appreciate. That's a good stream. Tomorrow we've got Those Dark Places, which is with Gilly, who we love. Gilly's good people, and she's one of our faves, of course. And it's a horror-based industrial sci-fi. Yeah, second weekend in the 12th or something like that, I think. It's difficult. July, August is difficult for us because, as with everyone, we go away on things. You and I both have kids, so we tend to shoot off at certain times. Ben has his beloved Fright Fest in the end of August. So out of 6 weeks over the summer, normally there's only like 2 with all of us there, and we're trying to fill it the best we can. We'll get an Aloha Low as well, our fake Aloha Low stream, which people are welcome to join. Socks, you're welcome to join in as well. I said it's a drop-in, drop-out game. So you and Kelly, Snell, if Snell wants to play, if you want to join for the first time, you're more than welcome. We love to get our Discorders in. If you want to come and play a game with us, you're more than welcome. This is it's not high quality. Let's face it. This is what it is. Well, not this now. This is just an advertising bit of me talking quietly, trying to be sensual. But we'd love people to come and join us, even if it's their first time playing something. We play really chill, honestly. When we invite people to play, most of the games we play when people invite are just nonsense. And we just love people saying, all right, Cicely, don't you give me that with your bucket. It's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, John will do it. And I think recently, today, I think, Ewan was talking to other John from Those Dark Places who said he wanted to come back and play another game on our channel. So I think that might happen as well. Maybe in September. Maybe September's good. I'd quite like, to be honest, to get Ben Newborn back on for one of his games, maybe Cybertopia. And I think Ewan's back. Let's bring Ewan in. There he is. I'd like to get.
You don't have to.
No, too late. I'm gonna try and John asked me for the dimension socks, so we'll get him to send us an advert. We're gonna try and get. We'll try and get. There's so many Johns because everyone in their 40s is called John, basically. We'll get John Legit.
Can we do a John stream?
I'd love just all the Johns. John Legit, and we'll get John Gutter Punk John, and we'll get Dark Places John. Oh, God, that is a power stream, and my middle name's John, so I can do that.
I know, right?
That is a power. John Legit, John Gutterpunk, and John Dark Places all together. I think we should set up a stream. That'd be amazing. But it won't be like one at.
And play a heavy John bass.
Yeah. But it'll be a really chill stream. We're not going to make it really edgy. We'll just make it really soft and gentle.
Is there
My
is
Little
there
Pony
like a
roleplay game.
no? I was going to say like a being John Malkovich
His head, Bella's head.
like role playing game. Rules light.
Oh, I've got cramp coming. Hang on. I've got to stand up now, but no one can see me. Thank goodness. Yeah, I like it. It's inside each other's brains.
I mean, just something John based, really, is all we need.
Orgasm of John. We'll work something out. It's just all the Johns. It's just the age we are. I'm sure if we were 20 years younger, it'd all be Olivers and Callums. But
Do you have? Are you looking this up online as you're chatting?
No, I'm just. It just comes
That
out.
most popular name. You just.
Nah, I'm just guessing, mate. There's no. I'm the oldest Luke in the world. There's no Luke's older than me. There's no Luke's older than about 43 because they just didn't exist until Star Wars. Honestly, Luke as a kid, there were no adult Lukes. It's weird having adult Lukes now because for me, Luke is a kid's name. Just like playing cricket today, there were 3 Lukes. I said, "What's happened? We chose to become middle-aged Lukes." That was never the case. Now everyone's a Luke. It's not right. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. There's still no the proof of a name becoming respectable is if there's like newsreaders by the name. There's no Luke newsreaders, is there? So it's not a respectable name still. It's still a kid's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there must have been Lukes back in the day. You understand?
No, in the New Testament, sure, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's proof either. I'm sure you could find a name that isn't held by a newsreader that is also not a kid's name. Tradition, generally speaking.
Here's a challenge.
Isambard.
If anyone in chat can find anyone called a famous person called Luke between the age of 50 and 80, I will give you 30 Discord points. There you go. I don't know what that means. I know that's good Discord points, isn't it? That's good.
Is that even a thing?
You haven't made 30 Discord points in all these
Do we
years.
have Discord points?
If you have now, I'll find a way. We'll start Socks probably knows how to do it. She'll probably find an app or something that'll track it in Discord. She's the queen of Discord. She's probably
I think there's a way that we can give people points.
Luke Wilson doesn't count because it breaks my theory.
Because Luke said so.
Because I said so. No, you can't hit that easily. 51. Okay, any Luke's over 52. There's no Lukes between 52 and 70. Crypto, yeah.
That sound you heard was goalposts being manfully shifted.
Oh,
that's men in denim overalls lifting heavy goalposts.
yeah. What about the? Isn't there one in the Bible, Luke?
Fair play, Socks. Yeah, but he's not.
Isn't there a Luke in the Bible?
70. He's like 2,000.
He would be now.
Yeah, that Luke guy's all right. I liked him. That's why I like Big Good Luke. It was a good book. A good gospel. Luke's gospel. Very good. Very good. It was for the Greeks, so it was very factual. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, Luke, don't hit me, Luke. Okay, 53 or over. Look, stop making things difficult.
I love it, Socks. Well done. Well done.
Right, can we ban Socks yet? Where's the boot button? Anyway, no, don't. You're too kind to her. We need to be much harsher on her, I think. She's had it far too easy for far too long. Right.
What, perfectly answering the question that you asked and then changed and then changed again.
What? She hasn't given me a 53-year-old Luke, so she hasn't won yet. So anyway, should we start a stream? Come on, we need to.
Yeah. Moving on.
This is all nonsense anyway. Let's do something serious. Right, hang on. Ping. Hang on. Wait. No, hang on. Let me find. Oh, there he is. Okay, let's go. Ben.
Thank you. That abrupt but excellent introduction. Our former steward, Greyhill Bast, was a thoroughly decent man for a steward. His skills obviously included the mixing of various things in precise ways to make drinks, nibbles, salads, and the like. But in his world, for some reason, it was as if all possible skills were somewhat transferable. So, if you'll follow me here, someone who knew how to ride a horse would also be skilled in riding a camel. Someone who could drive a large transport vehicle would, for some reason, also be an amazing racing driver. Weird, I know, but that's just the way the universe works, apparently. So, as he found himself living on the spaceways, in various tramp ships, transport vessels, subsidized liners, and various orbital and surface outposts, he discovered that the ability to precisely mix things together under controlled conditions, at speed, and without making any mistakes, made him a very popular fellow all over the place. Not merely among the drinking public, but also among those with a mind that leant towards more intoxicating chemicals, and those ones possessing an exothermic savagery that could literally take your breath away. It was this path that, indirectly, led to his joining the crew of the Baltic Star, and it was therefore this part of his life that led to his untimely demise. He was a man who raised spirits by mixing spirits, and who raised hell by mixing other things. He was the late, great Greyhill Bast.
To Greyhill Bast.
The late, great Greyhill Bast. Some wonderful toast, Ben. Some wonderful toasts.
Thank you. Right. We left Kara making her way along the cove.
We did. I guess that's where we're at. Kara will continue her way to ISB if she can take her way past all the other teams. And her plan is basically to set up for the day, check in with Cassie, and that she's got no big plans, if that makes sense. She's got no intrigue plots or cunning shenanigans. She's now focused on getting into that ship, working out the best way to do things, and prepping herself for this, what the plan is in Harrenhal later on. She's now, after that chat with security, she's very focused on that, and every move she's going to make now is for that.
Okay. As you can imagine, the ISB hangar is incredibly hectic. It is building to an absolute peak before the craft goes out for its race, and it is noisy. Everyone is moving with a lot of pace, all of the engineers and the staff taking care of the craft. In fact, oddly, the one that's the group of people who are, if anything, either not there or seem to be not rushing around are the crew of the craft itself. They either haven't turned up yet, or they are, where you can see them, they are sitting, relaxing, taking the opportunity to close their eyes for a bit, to have a drink. Except that you can't see Kat. She appears to be not in the main part of the hangar, possibly in one of the office rooms that are off it.
Wait a second. Let's pick someone's name. I wish I'd updated the encyclopedia. What's the name of the random that I filmed when we first moved into ISB? Do you remember?
I think it will be in my notes, but it's a
Carl?
way back.
Who? Was it Carl? Have we got a Carl?
Garb.
Garb. Is Garb there?
Is that wrong?
Garb?
Hang on a second.
It might not be right. It's my notes, so
Jeff, you've got about 3 names over 4 years in your notes, so it must be an important name.
It's got to be important, yeah.
Lots of random numbers. I have
Garb.
I have written down in my notes.
Garboneth Whalen. Garboneth Whalen. Yes, he's the life insurance guy.
Okay.
Can Cara see Garboneth Whalen? If she wanders around, he must be. There must be a lot of life insurance issues the day of the race. He must be somewhere. Garb, where's Garb? Has anyone seen Garb? Have you seen Garb? Hey, you seen Garb? Garb. How about you? You seen Garb? Garb around? Garb. Garb. Garb.
All right. Can you roll a streetwise check for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
with intellect, please.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you. 6 + 2 is 8.
Okay. He does not appear to be there, no.
Oh man, I'm bringing the Garb right now. Has anyone seen Cat at all? Cat? Has anyone any of you engineers and randoms seen Cat at all? Cat?
She's a bit more recently seen, and somebody quite quickly points you towards one of the smaller rooms down the sides of the hangar structure.
Oh, phew. Cara scurries away down to that room.
If you open that door, inside there is a pretty decent replica, in theory, of the controls inside the craft. I say in theory because though they are the same size and the same shape, they are clearly not finished anywhere near as well. And they are attached to an electronic simulator, and Kat is working quite hard operating the controls and trying to keep the craft as fast and as stable as she can.
She's doing good work. I don't want to interrupt her. It's just nice to see that she's here. Does she seem awake for all her parting last night? Does she seem in decent form?
There's nothing that would leap out at you as being alarming, certainly.
Oh, fantastic. I'll leave her be for now. She's doing her thing. My main job is to get ready, like I say, and prepare for the big race. Okay.
Well, while you're doing that, we can move on to somebody else. It may be that Soraya is ready to get up now, or it may be that Agnar has something to do now that he's finished breakfast.
What sort of time are we talking when Agnar's finished breakfast?
Realistically,
I woke him up.
He has probably finished by about 8:30, something like that.
Okay, he'll head back. He'll get ready for the day. He'll change and go through his normal morning routine, somewhat delayed, but and then.
So that means it'll be about 9:30 by the time he's done that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Blow dryer.
That's fair. Get the blow dryer and the perm.
Takes a long time to blow dry a Varga.
It does indeed. There should be gadgets for that technology. There should be some that Agnar owns, I should say, because there probably is out there. When something that's not in my notes. When was the last time he spoke to Zoe? Does anyone remember? Doesn't really matter.
He spoke to her relatively briefly in the middle part of yesterday. This was when he was down
On the
lower part of the island.
Yeah, part way up the embankment. He'll call Zoe up.
Okay. It takes a few moments, a few rings, if you like, but then eventually she picks up and she says, "Hey."
Good morning. Is everything all right? How are you? All going well, I hope.
Not too bad. Not too bad. How about you?
Yeah, very good actually. Thanks. I've had a nice peaceful morning. It's been apart from Soraya, sometimes she gets a bit excited. Anyway, it's not important. I don't know if this is your thing. I want to say it is, but I don't want to offend you or come across wrong. He's in his room getting ready when he calls.
Mm-hmm.
I want something that might be able to knock some people out for an amount of time. Is that?
You mean like a narcotic?
Well, I mean, nothing dangerous. I'd prefer something medical. Obviously, I know the Agnar would know. I have no idea. Something that's not going to cause any harm to people. Just make them fall asleep for, say, 4 hours, maybe.
Okay. Let's see.
It's a just in case, mind.
Okay. She says, "It's funny you should ask, but actually I do know of such a thing. And I do have some. What kind of administration process are we talking about?"
So much paper.
Well, that's the wrong administration. Ideally, something centralized on a ship air base, but I'm quite flexible. It could work with. I would say if there's anything to be drunk, maybe if it could work as an intravenous as well as an imbibement, that would be beneficial. But preferably something air based.
Okay. It would work in all three of those. The problem with putting it in the air is controlling it, making sure people get the right dose, because the more powerful the stuff, the more you run the risk of people getting overdoses on it. You understand?
Yes, that is something I very much wish to avoid.
If you can control what they eat or drink, that would be better. It's going to require some skill to administer the dose, but I can give you some stuff that will do that.
That would be perfect. I would very much appreciate it if Actually, don't message me. Can you meet this morning? Preferably before 11.
Sure. Where would you like to meet?
Ooh, I'm as free as a bird, so they say. So, or wherever suits yourself.
I'll tell you what. I'm not very far away from the trail's end. Will that do?
Yes, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'll. Is that roughly how far away is that, Ben, from the Coronet? We obviously didn't go through it last week, but
5 or 10 minutes walk. That's all.
perfect. I'll be there in. I'll be there in 20.
Okay. See you then.
Thank you. And he'll hang up and continue with his turn the hairdryer back on, continue with blow drying, and then eventually make his way there.
Okay. You arrive at the trail's end at about 9:45. And when you get in there, you see Zoe sitting at a table drinking what looks very much like an orange juice, based purely on the color, you understand.
Yes. He'll just have a quick look around, make sure there's no familiar faces, and then go and join her.
All right. Are you going to get a drink first, or are you just going to walk over to her table?
That's a very good question. He'll head to the bar first.
All right. It's an early morning shift now. You haven't been in here at this kind of time. You don't recognize any of the people on.
Mm-hmm. One mimosa, please.
Wow. Oh, that's the saddest order. It's such a fun drink, but one is such. It's like, oh.
One mimosa. The youngish chap at the bar quickly knocks one up, slides it across to you, gives you a little sort of grin and says, "That'll be 5, please."
Of course. Here you are, 5 hard-earned credits. Thank you.
No problem. He turns away and has probably forgotten you exist even before he's turned.
Savage.
Oh, it hurts. Hurts me inside my chest.
Agno will take a sip and he'll wander over.
Zoe looks up with a smile and just raises a glass in sort of silent toast.
May I join you?
Please do.
Thank you. And he'll sit down.
So, what you need to do is basically take the stuff. It's a liquid. Put it into the drink. You're looking for around about 10 milligrams of active agent per person. The dilution you've got is 10 milligrams per milliliter. Okay?
10 milligrams per person.
10 milligrams per milliliter.
10 milligrams per milliliter.
Per
Thank
litre
you.
or per milliliter? Sorry, Ben. For my notes.
Per milliliter.
Per milliliter. Thank you.
And how much is eyeballing the glass? Roughly how much is she?
She hasn't
using?
indicated where the liquid is yet, so you haven't seen it.
Ah, okay.
She's happily drinking her orange juice, so it's probably not in there.
Mm,
It's just-
hopefully.
But you can always ask, of course.
Yes, that sounds good. How much do you have spare?
I've got a total of 50 milliliters in a single bottle. So theoretically, enough for 50 people. But if you're going to divide it among fewer than that, do be careful not to go over the top.
Wait, are you questioning the amount you're giving me, or are you questioning my ability to measure out the correct amount? Either's fine. I'm just
saying, don't work on the assumption there are 50 people in a room. You've got enough to take down 50 people. Therefore, put it in the communal water supply and assume that people will drink even amounts of water. That's all.
yes, of course. Thank you. That's perfect. I will, of course. We will get this replaced for you. I might not even need to use it. Hopefully.
Okay.
But it is greatly appreciated and could be a big boon to our. I'm not sure what we are doing here, but what we're doing here. Thanks, sorry.
No problem.
Are you holding up all right? Are you still? Well, obviously, you're not hiding in bushes on hillsides anymore. But is there anything I can do to help?
No, I think I'm all right. I found a sort of rhythm here that I'm happy with. I figured I got a pretty good sleep last night. I'm going to watch a bit of the race today. Then find a place to wander off to, and see if I can't get some kip overnight. When I'm sure the race is still exciting, but the bars will be winding down. It won't be as easy to hide in a crowd.
Mm. Good plan. I'd recommend one of the shows here as well as the race. Definitely worth a viewing.
It's not performed by those people you did the fake punch with.
Well, it gets around.
I mean, in their defense, they are much better than I am. They're professionals, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that video served as a warning that Kara sent everyone.
And I feel it might do more harm than good to their careers. So I was a little bit surprised, if I'm honest. Kara, as an artist, should support fellow artists trying to make a living. But
I suspect that natural inclination to want to be kind to fellow artists was probably overwhelmed by an equally natural inclination to want to humiliate a teammate.
Yes, I would agree. Anyway, it's been a pleasure.
Anyway,
good luck. If you do need anything, you know who to call. Not Kara, because she'll post videos of you on the internet and try and embarrass you. But feel free to contact me anytime.
Sure, I'm pretty sure Kara actually won't post videos of me. But
well, yeah,
I feel very confident about that, in fact. But Yeah, no, it's all good. Nice to see you. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing that I obviously don't need to know anything about. And well, I'm sure I'll find out how it went on the news.
Well, hopefully not, but thank you.
Good. She drains her orange juice, plonks the glass down on the table, and as she gets up, she stands and sort of leans over towards you as she stands up. It looks quite natural. And she says, "It's stuck under the table," and stands and walks out.
And Agnar will give her a nod and pick up his glass, and as he takes a sip, he'll have the other hand under the table and try and casually remove it and put it in a pocket.
Okay, can you do a stealth check for me, please, with Dex?
Oh, I can indeed.
Your dice are so loud. I love
I like to make a point of making it loud. That's a 9 plus 3 is a 12.
12. Okay. You reach under and literally just stuck almost with like a piece of blue tack or something similar, right in the middle of the underside of the table. There is a fairly small plastic bottle, which contains, by feel alone, a liquid. It's easily small enough to slip into your pocket without any trouble at all. And you manage to secrete it easily. With the roll like that, nobody would notice. And if anyone had thought it was odd that you two were meeting there, it would probably have been put down to the floor show or the fact that you're clearly hard-bitten spacers.
Oh, that's a good point. We could do anything there, and people would just think, oh, it's part of building the ambience.
Yeah, as long as you don't actually behead somebody, you could get away with quite a lot of the trail's edge.
Oh, like it. Perfect. Thank you, Ben. He will then proceed to kill some time until actually Sharp was making an early start today, wasn't she?
You're meeting her at 10:30. So
he will
he's
he'll then
no,
then get a move on.
You probably since you had 45 minutes and
fashionably
the conversation with Zoe wasn't that long, I suspect you've got enough time to make it there for 10:30 quite comfortably.
He'll see back his mimosa for a bit of courage and make his way there.
Okay. It is mere minutes to cross the slightly zigzag routes of the streets to get to that little lift-off terminal point on the northwest of the peak. It's starting to get busy. The crowd is building up, and you can see the regular shuttles are now becoming more frequent, taking people down to the cove. But also, clearly, people are starting to head up to the dirigible as well, because the dirigible shuttle is making its round trip fairly frequently. It isn't a long journey. You can actually see the dirigible hovering pretty much overhead. So it's only a couple of minutes flight to get up there. And it's a few minutes there before you see Sharp wander into view, looking quite cheerful and relaxed and wearing the purple and blue colours of ISB.
Agnar will approach. Good morning.
Good morning. Lovely to see you. Did you have a good night's sleep?
I may have burnt the candle at both ends, as they say, but it wasn't terrible. and I feel much better after some breakfast and a bit of casual conversation with some locals.
Okay. Well, that sounds nice. I mean, obviously, we're going somewhere where you can easily have a little bit of a cat nap if you need it. Sorry, is cat nap an offensive term for a Varga?
No, it's fine. I mean, obviously, I'm not a cat, but that's okay. I don't mind.
Nor are lots of people who have cat naps, as I understand the use of the term. You're not required to be an asset.
Precisely. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are some Varga that would take offence, but they're the kind of Varga that would probably take offence at many things. And, it's no problem at all. Shall we make our way?
Absolutely. And within minutes, you can jump on a shuttle and head straight up to the dirigible. So it'll probably be about 10:45 when you get there and disembark on the dirigible, having had a bit of a chat and then waited a few minutes for a shuttle.
Agna will mentally start making a note, or trying to make a note, I suppose, of the numerous different people he can see, be it staff and or other guests on the dirigible there for the race. Just not precise numbers, but an estimate.
Well, in terms of people you can see serving, the staff seem to have pretty much ramped up now. It's only an hour and a bit to the flag for the race, so the staff are now fully up to speed. You would probably guess there are about 20 staff serving the needs of the people in the main cabin of the dirigible. How many there may be in the cockpit, for example, or any engineering section or anything else that you haven't seen, that will be a different question. But in terms of the main public cabin, that's the kind of number you're talking about. It's entirely possible that they bring up more people at various points to serve during like peak meal times or something like that. But right now, about 20. If you were to look along the lines of the craft itself, you'd expect that somewhere around 100 guests could be accommodated if it was fully occupied.
Okay, cool. Which wouldn't be, I mean, it wouldn't be a ridiculous thing to say. I would imagine that on race day it is probably fully occupied.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And he will eventually, he will make his way to his seat and make small talk with Sharp. I'm happy to cut elsewhere if you wish at this point. I don't think there's anything immediate.
You don't have any sort of plot-related stuff to talk about?
No, not until...
We're all waiting on a point, I think, at this point.
The island.
The island,
yeah.
Okay.
So there is nothing in particular that he will do beforehand at this time. If there is, I'll
then the
shout.
obvious thing to say is there anything anybody at all wants to do before noon when the race starts?
No. I think the only thing would be Soraya dragging Rose back to the... they've got tickets for the...
They have.
For, which is the team? Soraya and Rose. It's the yellow and black team, isn't it? The one that Fess is part of.
It is VCI, I think they went to.
I think
That's the yellow and black team.
Like, I don't have anything for them to do there at the minute, if that makes sense. But Soraya knows she needs to be there. There's things happening. There's shenanigans happening. So she is after she's had another couple of hours in bed. She would indeed plan to wake up Rose, and no doubt Rose is going to be beautifully dressed again for this for any of the men there, and head down to DCI. But I don't need to make a big thing of it. But I'd assume we can do that then.
Okay. You won't have any difficulty at all unless you want to pay specific attention to the crime scene or anything like that on the way down.
Is it the same as when? Well, she wouldn't know. Describe as they go past. Describe to me the crime scene that Soraya sees.
As you walk past, you do notice two uniformed officers standing on the corner. But that's all you can see.
Okay, none that she recognises from a time banged up.
Roll a streetwise check for me, please, with intellect.
Sort of spit. They treat me badly. Streetwise and intellect. Okay, I've got good streetwise. Okay. Yoink, 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 yoink. Okay, that's good. 9 plus 2 is 11. Sorry, that's 9.
Okay. Neither of the two visible ones were serving at that police station, no.
That's their lucky day. Soraya rolls her eyes at security. She's well down on security and police force right now. The trust is gone. Everything is gone. But as they're walking past, she will call. No, now that Soraya's in the game for a few minutes, she is going to call not Garboneth Whalen.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to call someone that she knows. She is going to call. What's her name? Who's the media woman, the reporter? Trying to look for the name.
Oh,
Barima.
right.
Barima
Yeah.
Sefran.
Yeah.
Sefran.
Okay. You do indeed call Saffron, and she answers fairly promptly. Morning.
Hey, this is Soraya Kansari. We had a chat a couple of days ago before I got wrongly imprisoned. See you later, Critwell. Thank you very much.
I remember.
How you doing? I hope you got some miles out of what I told you, or at least you've got some ammunition in your belt for when you need it.
It's been quite interesting, going through the stories behind the racing.
I should hope so. I'd recommend checking out my friend Kara's stream if you have any interest at all. She's been putting a lot on her social media, the ISB stuff. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that she's been pulling up, I've noticed.
I've been keeping track of it quite regularly. She's very much been pushing an angle that I've been writing as well about sharing technology and information between a couple of the teams.
Good. Hopefully that'll bring something. It's well sus, to be honest. I'm not following it too much. As you know, I came out yesterday and spent a lot of time in the room, but from what I can tell, there's a lot of sus stuff going on. There seems to be something that's happened down here by the port behind some warehouses. Do you know about this?
Yeah. I've got a couple of sources on that.
Cool. Just wanted to let you know. There seems to be some wrong uns around. Some guys. That's all I know. I don't know if you followed that up at all. Maybe some shenanigans with the race or something. I don't know if it's a big thing or a little thing. My friend Cara posted about it. Messaged yesterday. There's a group of them wandering around, and this might be one of them. I don't know if
That's
they're trying to
interesting.
mess with the race.
The the sources I had said it was a fight in a secluded corner of a warehouse district on the Cove, and they didn't know what the cause was, and it was looking like it might have been some random drunken battle between people who supported different teams or something like that. But if you think there's more to it,
But it might be worth a look. I don't know. I don't know who this. So from what I can tell, there's no body there, but there's security there. So there's obviously something. There's some splatters and this and that, some scorch marks. I don't know. All I've heard is there's some stuff that might be linking suspicious, literally under the waves, kind of backwater, away from the public eye stuff. But start poking. That's all. I'm not the I'm not the reporter. I can just. You seem trustworthy. I've grown to like you, and you did say, of course, on the ship that we might find you more as an ally than we did at the time, and I've no reason to trust you. But the media gets to a good reporter. The good media will get to the bottom of things.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a call as soon as I've checked in with a source at the police.
Sounds good to me. You protect all your sources, don't you?
Yes, always.
Cool. Then I'll look forward to hearing back from you. I'm not planning much. I'm going down to the paddock today. Got a friend. We got some tickets, so we're just going to hang out, drink some bad, overpriced cocktails, and enjoy the race. But I'll keep my device with me.
Brilliant. That sounds absolutely excellent. Enjoy the race.
Thank you. I am, by the way, one more thing. I am at VCI. This is VCI, isn't it? She's at VCI. Yeah, I'm at VCI for the afternoon. So if something comes up that is a bit sus, as the Anton Fest team, of course, let me know. For the good of all the people on this planet, I'm willing to have a mooch around if you need someone on the inside.
I may take you up on that.
Fantastic. Well, speak to you soon. Hope your chat goes well. And I'm off for some overpriced but free cocktails.
Yeah. Well, that sounds absolutely lovely, and ridiculously pricey. So, so have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
All right. And you're heading your way to VCI?
That is very much the plan, yeah.
Okay. Well, you get
the tickets, so yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, you get the chance. You're there in plenty of time to actually see the team still milling about and doing their doing their thing.
Yeah.
But you're not at the point where they're literally piling in. So there's still a bit of time for that. So you do get to sort of wave hello to Helic Canyon, and he comes over and flirts a little bit with Rose, of course.
Well, of course.
Because, he's about to jump into a racing craft. Why wouldn't he?
He has no charm for me, that's for sure. I bet he's loving it, though. The hero of the team. Disgusting.
It's more or less as he's being waved off. He's loading in, and the people they're all cheering and yelling encouragement to VCI team members as they clamber into their craft. A scene that is being repeated in all of the individual teams. That you do get a call back from Zephram.
Hey.
Yeah. So I had an interesting conversation. I called up an investigator here called Brina Locke.
Oh, yes.
And I said I was just looking for confirmation of a rumor I'd heard about a death in a warehouse down on the cove.
Yeah.
And I said what I'd heard was that it was probably just an argument between supporters of different teams that kind of got out of hand. There'd been some drinking, someone produced a weapon, and somebody got killed. Unfortunate, obviously, but nothing particularly suspicious.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what she said?
What did
She
say?
said that's exactly what we think happened. That's what all the evidence points to.
Ah.
So I asked her a follow-up question because, I'm a journalist. You want to know what my follow-up question was? In fact, you can probably guess.
Go for it. Hit me with it.
What team colours was the dead guy wearing?
Oh. What was that? And what did she say?
She didn't say anything for a few seconds, and then I heard a little croak from her, and then she realised she'd probably already said more than she could justify, and she said she had to go, and she hung up.
It strikes me that as an investigative journalist, as you are, that such a noise tells you everything you need to know.
It doesn't tell me everything I need to know. I mean, it tells me that the police are lying to me. What it doesn't tell me is why. But the good news is, you see, now, you know how I said I never reveal my sources?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an absolutely hard and fast rule. I never reveal my sources.
Mm-hmm.
What I do sometimes do, however, is absolutely ruin them.
Oh, magic.
Because sources, when they get talking to you and they know that you're completely confidential, they tend to tell you things that, frankly, they shouldn't.
Yes.
So I would never reveal my source, but I'm perfectly happy to leak the fact that this person has been up to no good or embezzling money or whatever. You understand?
I think I follow you, yes.
So if I've, for example, got a police officer who's been acting as a source for me and who's told me some things that they really shouldn't have, I'm now going to blackmail them into telling me the absolute truth.
Interesting. That might. Do you have things you can blackmail such a police officer with?
Oh, yes.
I think I gave you some interesting stuff a couple of days ago, in fact.
I think you probably did.
This is turning into, as you said on the ship itself, I think this is turning into a very interesting relationship.
Good. I'm glad you think so. I'm obviously now I've got a couple of telephone calls to make. I'm then going to be visiting the mortuary at police headquarters, where they're going to no doubt want to show me the remains and all of the personal possessions and clothing of the deceased. I'm pretty confident they're going to be enthusiastic about cooperating with the press, even though they haven't been so up until now.
Wonderful. I know that you have to protect your sources and such like, but if ever you feel the need to check in and give me an update that might help me in my own investigations for you, I'd be very interested to find out.
Well, thank you. And on that sense of camaraderie, there is something I would very much like to know about the VCI team, if you can dredge it for me.
I shall certainly try.
This should probably wait until after the race is underway.
Mm-hmm.
There is a rumor that I've heard, and I don't know that it's true, but the rumor says that DSS is going to run ahead of VCI all the race.
Mm-hmm.
That all of that information sharing stuff they did is now going to run the other way.
Ooh. That is interesting. So actually, your theory is that DSS is the team they're pushing to win.
No, I suspect not. But my guess is they're going to pass all of the possible information to DSS, let DSS run out in front using every advantage possible. I think they're then going to follow until probably the last half hour of the race. And then DSS is going to tell them what all of the currents are, the weather conditions are, and everything they're facing live in front of them.
To allow VCI to sweep to victory.
Yeah, that's my guess. And if they're doing that, there should be some evidence at VCI's team headquarters, shouldn't there? Some information being passed around, some communication terminal, something.
Well, lucky for you, with me I have one of our finest agents. She looks over at see you later, Snell. She looks over at Rose, no doubt sharing a schmoozy drink with some random person in the team. So it looks over at Rose. I've got the perfect person to work with here. I think after the race starts, I think we'll have a good go at trying to dig up some information for you. It'll be, I'll be honest,
now,
be an absolute,
as I say, it's only a rumor.
We'll do what we can.
I don't want to prejudice you. If when you get there you find like information's flowing the other way or something like that, that's fine too. Don't sort of fall into the trap of thinking I must know what I'm talking about when it's not entirely clear I do. You understand?
Totally got you. Whatever we find, we'll feedback whatever way it goes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Nice. Take care.
And with that, she hangs up, and you can take a sip of your mimosa. You're inside the paddock pass, so they may be overpriced, but you're not paying.
Exactly.
And at the same time, Agnar is settling into a comfortable seat in the dirigible, and stretching his shoulders to make it comfortable for a Varga. And because he is a Varga, he probably has to spin around 3 or 4 times before he sits down. And Kara and her 3 Baltic Star teammates are clambering in to the ISB racing craft, and just waiting in those tense few seconds before the engines are started. And when that happens, the thing pulls smoothly out into the cove, and that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Oh, beautiful. Can I just say, Ben, that that interaction with Locke and the journalist was very quickly thought up. And I'm quite impressed.
And beautiful.
The speed at which you came up with, you get a call back, and all of this plays out was really good. Really good stuff.
I didn't know you were going to call Seth, and in fact, oddly, I thought you might have called her like weeks ago.
Just waiting for
And then finally, when you do it, yes, I had to scramble for.
No, it was good. It was good, and it was a really interesting dynamic. I really liked
Thank you
it.
very much.
Well done. Yeah, you did a lot of digging into the shopping bag there, Ben. It's much appreciated.
That's the one. That is the one.
Well done, both.
It is always fun with a campaign. There's always a a wheel within a wheel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And that is it was seamlessly and expertly done, and it was a great session. Thanks, both.
Thank
Lots of
you.
fun.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who joined live or on VOD later.
Yeah.
And hope you had fun. Now tomorrow we are welcoming back a very favourite one of our occasional guests.
It's been a while.
We have Gilly coming back, who is just amazing, and who has this ability to do very much with very little actual saying.
She puts you both in your place very quickly when needed, which I very much appreciate.
Yes, she does.
Which is quite often needed, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah, we do occasionally need some adult supervision.
Yeah.
And Gilly is tremendous, and we're always very excited to be playing a game with her. And we're playing Those Dark Places, which is we sort of talk about Orbital Blues as if it's sort of kind of a dark dystopian future, but Orbital Blues is a dark dystopian fun future. Those Dark Places is actually a dark dystopian horror future.
Yeah, it's a lot bleaker. At least you have some freedom in Orbital Blues. There ain't none in Dark Place here.
No, it's indentured servitude to giant corporations as you go and basically live a miserable and very short life in the bleak cold of space.
It's very alien.
It is. It's very, very alien.
For my 2 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Then Monday we should be running another computer game, another episode of the Banner Saga, which I have now technically died at. But it immediately offers you the chance to sort of have another go if you die in battle.
Hooray!
So I did, because if you like, I didn't fail the narrative, I just screwed up the strategy. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I screwed up the mini game part rather than the narrative.
It's fine,
Luke loves a reaction time gaming sequence, don't you? As we all know.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Don't. I hate them more than doors.
Oh, doors are the worst.
Doors are the worst.
Yeah,
Doors
that and walking without looking as if you just learnt to do it 4 seconds ago. But yes, so we'll be doing that on Monday, and then next weekend we're not doing Traveller, so we have a different thing for next weekend, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to have to juggle some things and work some things out. One of us is away for like 4 of the next 6 weeks, I think. Both nights each time as well. So we're trying to work things out. We'll get you. We're talking about it in chat. We're going to get it all sorted. We'll post it so you know what's happening. There is going to be some Orbital Blues. There is going to be some. Listen very carefully. There is going to be Traveller in there, but there's also going to be the games that Ben and Ewan play when I'm not here. Me and Ewan play when Ben's not here. Me and Ben play when Ewan's not here. With Discord people joining in. Hopefully.
Every possible combination. So
we've got the full spectrum.
Whichever one of us is putting you off watching the stream, there will be something.
You'll find a week. Yeah.
Finally.
At least 1 week.
Yes,
Good
excellent.
Times. But that does also mean we've got some spots available as well on Discord for games, right? So
yes, I'm sure
you're
that's true.
interested,
Yeah.
Yeah, you and start posting.
jump
stuff,
to Discord and
so check it out.
yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so yes, this so tomorrow, those dark places, and Monday, some Banner Saga, and then hopefully we'll see you back next weekend for something a bit of a more unusual mixture.
Sounds perfect. Sleep well, dear friends, and sleep well, dear viewers.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.